And so I'd love to hear more about, obviously I am like probably the biggest proponent of data science projects on YouTube.
Uh,
Um, I'd love to hear about your projects that, helped you land those roles, but also about, what your projects you're, continuing to do, because I think, again, that's the best way to continue your learning here.
exactly. So on my resume, I showcased regression, classification, clustering, and a deep learning project. Half of them were in Python, and the other half were in R, because some of the stats courses I took were focused on R rather than Python. So I think that helped me in getting a job as well. Um, Also, I did the projects in SQL where I could showcase my understanding of infrastructure as well.
Awesome. Well, that's
And
something that
yeah,
I haven't actually necessarily recommended yet in the form of a project, but being able to either scrape data or get data, actually put it into a database, and then make your data science project from querying from that database is
right.
probably like one of the most valuable projects. I don't think on this channel I talk enough about how important SQL is.
Mm, mm.
And SQL, some data scientists, I would say most data scientists use it as much as Python, if not more. So
Oh yeah,
I think that that's like a huge, I wouldn't say necessarily oversight on my part, but that's something I need to talk about quite a bit more.
right. And I guess on my channel, I'm diving deeper into machine learning tutorials. I'm trying to do classification, all the algorithms and classifications, regressions, and clustering. And I'm planning on to do deep learning projects as well.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to hear more about your YouTube channel, like the kind of vision that you have there. And, uh, I obviously enjoyed making a YouTube channel. I'd almost recommend it to anyone that has,
Yeah.
like the stomach for it. Do you think that
Mm.
that's like a good path to take, or are there other different ways that you can communicate these things?
Right. So first, I created my channel to share my story on how I was able to land a job or an entry level data science position without any advanced degrees. So other than that, I also talk about tutorials, and I also share my experience as an international student and I'm planning to give some tips for incoming and current international students here in the US as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so in terms of making a YouTube channel, if time allows, I think I highly recommend making it, because to make a video, you have to gather information on the specific topic you want to talk about, and that process definitely helps you learn. I feel like yesterday I actually watched a panel discussion between you, Shannon, and Code Basics, and I think Shannon mentioned that the best way to learn is to teach, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so making YouTube I feel like it's just like teaching. You're conveying your information and knowledge to your audience, and to do that you have to make that information completely yours. And like for instance, I made a video on how to deploy a model in Flask and how to turn that into a web application. And I've never done that before, but I had to went back and learn about the technology, and to the level where I feel comfortable to talk about in my video. So, that process is definitely helpful in gaining practical skills. And obviously, I'm very introverted, and I still have a hard time, recording myself in front of the camera. But if you feel like that, alternatively, you can probably write a blog post on Medium and share them on LinkedIn to make it public. So yeah, there's also those options as well.